right now to Georgia. The Democrats filing a lawsuit against that state's election board. They say they want to block new rules that may give local officials the power to delay the certification of election results. Georgia and several other states have been in legal fights now for months to determine the rules and regulations for the 2024 elections. Our Justice Correspondent Jamal Andress joins us now live. And Jamal, you've been following some of these legal battles. What is the goal of this lawsuit?
Yeah, Dale. Well, look, the goal of that lawsuit in particular seems to be to roll back these rules enacted by a largely Republican state election board. The Democratic National Committee, as well as the state Democratic Party, are seeking a court order that makes it clear that local county officials do not have the power to delay or refuse to certify election results. And these kinds of lawsuits, as you mentioned, are not unique to the Peach State. We're seeing them happen in swing states all across the country, with the 2024 election just weeks away. As the 2024 election approaches, voting rules and regulations are being litigated across the country. From Nevada to Arizona to Georgia, court battles are playing out to determine how people vote in November. In Georgia, the state election board has enacted significant changes to voting rules less than 3 months from Election Day. One rule states counties will need to conduct a reasonable inquiry before certifying election results, without defining what a reasonable inquiry is.
Any rule changes this close to an election are a bad idea.
A function some worry will be used to sow doubt in the outcome.
If I make a mistake because I haven't had as much on-the-job training as I deserve, well, that mistake isn't seen as just a mistake, it's seen as nefarious.
A proposed rule change would require a hand count of the ballots be matched with the machine's count before certification of the results. Those who oppose the change call it unnecessary and worry even a count off by one might cause an election official to refuse to certify the election without further investigation.
What we have seen with this rulemaking with the state election board is totally unprecedented.
The ACLU of Georgia called the changes unreasonable and predicted they will cause great harm.
They are changing rules that open the door for extremist members of county election boards and the state election boards to refuse to certify elections.
2 members of the Georgia State Election Board who voted for the rule changes didn't respond to interview requests. In Arizona, the U.S. Supreme Court partially ruled in favor of the Republican National Committee. The brief unsigned order reinstates a voter ID law requiring proof of citizenship to register to vote, but also allows around 40,000 federally registered voters to remain on the state's voter rolls without confirming they are U.S. citizens. 2 lawsuits in Nevada were recently dismissed. One calling for Nevada to toss mail-in votes that are postmarked on Election Day but received afterward, and another pushing for an investigation into commercial addresses listed as residences on the state's voter rolls. Reports show both the Harris and Trump campaigns are beefing up their legal teams for post-election court battles, adding additional lawyers to the campaign staff. And Dale, while there's been some concern across the country generally, in Georgia specifically, there was a big uproar following an August 3rd Atlanta rally where the former president called out 3 of those 5 state election board members by name from the stage. He called them pit bulls and said they are fighting for, quote, honesty, transparency, and victory. Dale.
Our Justice Correspondent Jamal Andress for us. Jamal, thank you very much.